Hello, my most esteemed laser peeps. Hopefully you don't hear the rumbling that is the plane outside. Maybe I should not be recording at this time, but it's okay. So, I was given a question about how to approach something like this. You have two ornament styles that have a ring, a little loop, something to make an ornament, this is for Christmas or something, but you look at this and you think, I would love to make this into a kitchen magnet where it doesn't have the little ornament piece right here. It's just the decal. Maybe you want to make this into a sticker. You want to repurpose it for something other than an ornament. But you've got some details that have clearly, been added, and it protrudes out from the circle. It adds some style. You know what? This is just the situation you have found yourself in, and let's go from there. So here is perhaps a bit of a dry run into node editing and recreating some of your designs. I'll start with the simplest one. Let's say you have a puppy paw. It is just this puppy paw, and you want it to retain this outside circle, but you don't want, the ornament piece. Honestly, it is just as easy as, okay, delete that circle, delete that outline. Go back to your puppy paw, create an outline, decide, okay, yeah, I like that thickness, set an outside curve to it, and bam, there you go. Here's the outside cutout of your circle, magnet, whatever thing, and you can, edit. This is just how you get that effect. This is the simple and easy way of getting an outline for a shape, and that is it. So that's how you got rid of that circle, and you didn't honestly need anything more than that. For something like this, you might have a file that you've purchased or something, that protrudes out from here. Let's say you've got this green line, that's the cutout, and these blue lines are just score lines, so you don't need them to be on the outside cut line. But what you've discovered, let's unshow it instead of that, is that you have missing detail on this graphic. And you might think, well, shoot, I would not need that very much, and I don't want that in my life. That makes me sad. I want that last little segment of the foot. I want that last helmet and the baseball, whatever the graphic is. You want these little bits to be retained. So here's a little bit of node editing knowledge in Lightburn and how to reclaim, a bunch of this. To define what are nodes, they are the little points in space that connect point A to B, which I will show you in a second. But first, I'm going to delete this little segment and work on the outside green area. So I'm going to make sure that green area is selected, go to Tools, and Edit Nodes. You might think that, it's this little thing right here. No, this is the set shape start point. That's something else entirely. Now you want to click this. I think it's a Control asterisk. It's the one that's next to the number 1. Otherwise, go to Tools, Edit Nodes. And you're going to get a bunch of these dots showing up. These dots employ something called Bezier curves in the SVG knowledge. It's a lot of the geometric curves that you would remember from your old geometry classes, and suddenly it's like, oh shoot, I need to know math now. Dang it, I don't want to know math. Don't worry about it. So that's what these curves are doing, and then these node points are what connects point A to B, or in this case, A to B to C to, and so on. So what I want to retain in this case is just this little curve of the end of the bat. So for some reason, editing stuff in here in the node editor doesn't necessarily follow. You're like, delete. So I'm going to select this. It's red. I'm going to hit delete. Nothing happens. For some reason, D on your keyboard is the thing that actually deletes it. So whether you're selecting a node and deleting that node, that is fine. But then you might notice, crap dang it all, I have this segment here, this edge, this line that connects one node to another. How do I delete? This is how you delete that. You hover over the line until you get this other icon that pops up and hit D. That deletes the line that you were hovering over. So if I were to do it over here, wonderful. But that node stays there and that node stays there. All that has been deleted is the line connecting them. So now I can do a little bit of cleanup and get certain segments removed and keep the ones that I want kept. So I have here, now again, this is a bit more cleanup or tedium than you may want, but here is where I go from here. This is now broken up objects. It has automatically removed them from being one solid object and now brought them all, to their own pieces. I'm going to test a theory that I had, because in order to auto join these to anything else, they all need to be the same color. So I'm going to make these blue, and I'm going to select all of these outside shapes. I got all of them done, and I'm going to go to edit and auto join selected shapes. Now that has created a solid object. This was by far an easier task than what I was trying to do initially, because I didn't know that I had to make them all the same color first. Because if I tried to do that with them different colors, as you can see here, I'm selecting everything together, and if I go to auto join selected shapes, nothing happens. So these are still able to be clicked and dragged away individually. So you need to make them all the same color first, and auto join selected shapes, or Alt J, and now they are joined. And you can even test this. You can set it to a fill setting, and it's not actually working. Please hold.
Where's the pause button on this? Oh no.
Okay. Sorry, I found where the problem area was. There were two nodes here that were not combined. If that ever happens, okay, you just delete them, delete these two, and there is a combine node feature that I think I know. Hold on, I need to pause again. Honestly, that was probably easier than I needed that to be. Okay, so if you have this scenario where you have two node points that aren't connected, you just simply click, drag, and it'll snap to where that node is, let go, and now that node is now combined and its own single node. So you don't have two nodes anymore. So now you can, yeah, there we go. Now it's a full solid shape. That means all of your edges are closed off. That means this is a fully, it's like a circle, it's closed off on all areas, and you can treat it as a fill, or you can treat it as a line. You can, do as you want with it. And now from here, you can do your recreation. If you wanted to go in and redo a circle, again, it may require some redoing damage that you just tried to undo, but from here now you can create that circle without the ornament bit on the top and without having to recreate anything. There is very possibly a simpler way of doing this, but if you had to do node editing, then that is also a possibility of something you could have done. It's okay. But this way you didn't accidentally snip off bits of the helmet and the foot or the whatever you got going on. So, if this was helpful to anyone, I am glad to hear it. If it was not helpful and you just learned something that you probably aren't going to use, then maybe you can just pass that along to somebody who does need it. In any case, that is how you can remove the loops off of ornaments and repurpose them as something else. It does require a bit of tinkering with nodes that you probably would never have done otherwise, but that is how you can get it. Okay. Enjoy, everyone. Happy holidays. Bye.